Together we dance in the heart of the storm. Flame-born united, a new world is formed. Lanora rise from the ashes deep. Nilnyar hear the shadows creep. The shrouded hungers the light it steals, but flame-born hearts are forged in steel. Awaken, awaken, the ember glows bright. Through the dark we carry the fight. A kingdom shattered, a beauty untamed. Flame-born, together we reclaim. The whispers crawl like spiders on stone. The shrouded feeds where hope has flown. But in your hands the fire still burns. Through cursed lands the tide will turn. The shrouded whispers with venomous lies, its tendrils creeping through hollowed skies. Yet in our veins runs the ancient spark, a blaze to sever the binding dark. Oh, flame-born, cast the shadow low. Through crimson skies where embers glow. The world once lost will breathe again. Through endless night, break the chain. Awaken, awaken, the ember glows bright. Through the dark we carry the fight. A kingdom shattered, a beauty untamed. Flame-born, together we The wind may howl, the earth may quake, but flame-born hearts will never break. Lanora Nilnyar stand as one. The dawn will rise, the dark undone.
Hello everybody, this is Lanora, just doing some stuff by myself today. Trying to work on gathering and getting some more stuff accomplished on the base, and thought I'd share a little bit about the building and planting stuff because I've had a couple people ask me lately here. But let's welcome in everybody here. We've had Dunstan, Anderson, Denny, Nilnar, Kayla, Ice Queen. I think that's everybody so far. If I missed you, sorry. But right now I'm just harvesting these plants I'd already planted. How's everybody doing today? Nilnar's over there on the planet Mars, it looks like today. Over here, back behind the warehouse, I've planted a bunch of coconut trees. So I gotta walk past them and harvest them. They're kind of... It's cool that you don't have to harvest them and pick them up, but it makes you feel like you're not actually doing anything. But I need these to make coconut milk for a recipe that we got. Okay, I think I got them all now. Hello, Silence in the Void. Welcome in. And Plonk, welcome in. Let's see, over here is where I've been crafting coconut milk. Fill up the water and throw some more coconuts in.
Welcome.
And I'll need to go get some shroud sand for that. Go ahead and put those up for now. Also, one of the things I built was over here. I made some stairs that go up the side of this mountain here. That was a big step there that I need to fix a little bit. This takes us to the top of my waterfall that I got on the side of the mountain here. Hello, Wildcat and Jupiter Wolf. Welcome in. This here is... I've taken out some of the glowy blurks that I had in here, and this is fertilized farm soil that I placed down here instead. And this is some rice that I have planted. That needs to go put up. This is algae that I need to plant. Now the thing about this algae, it's amazing when you put it in this, because look, it's already starting to grow. By the time I get done planting all this, it'll all be ready to harvest. Actually, it's probably ready to harvest already. Yep. See, harvest, harvest. But the algae and the rice are two plants that must be planted in water. If anybody knows anything about rice, you already know that it's got to be in a flooded field or it also doesn't grow. And algae just makes sense that it grows in water. Hello, Miss Cause. Welcome in. And yes, I am alright. I could be worse. I could be better. It's just how life is. Hello, Blood Mask. Welcome in. And we've taken that 25 and turned him into 55. Let's see here.
Hello.
Didn't have any in there. I think it has to be the fertilized farm soil to make algae plants. No, it's the Vale Basin dirt. We're going to stick a stack of algae in there so I don't use all the algae that I have. To make sure I don't have to worry about going and finding some, but we'll put the excess in here. Hello, Rocket Jenny and Miss Morgan, welcome in. And Saint Struggling, welcome in. Now come over here and get rid of some of these blocks that I got on me. Needed to drop off that farm soil too, but we're gonna just do one of these numbers and drop it in this box to get rid of it. One of the things I wanted to show is like this place over here, I'm using these red blocks on the flooring. And I'm gonna go show how I get that stuff. Let's see, which one do we want to go to? I think we'll go to the hollow halls over here. Check our benches up here, make sure they don't have anything cool sitting here. Like these bricks. Copper bars. Okay. Do we need to go to the west? Go ahead and mark on the map. Set the waypoint there. Somebody the other day I was watching and they couldn't find. Oh, it was Ash's Antics. That's who it was. He couldn't find hazelnuts. And this is a hazelnut tree right here. See all those hazelnuts I just picked up there? Just to show, it's in the same area where strawberries are, over in Revel Woods area. And I don't want that flower. Party with Jenny. Oh, party in Lenora's chat. Okay. I don't want to kill a bunch of things because I don't want to level up too much on and be like super far ahead of Nilnyar. I need to go around this. Or up over this. Quick crouching. Since we're in the water. Back over here, there. Maybe it's... There was a waterfall here. No, this isn't the one with the waterfall. I'm still not around that point. Hi, mushroom guys. You can hear me now? I'm not sure if that's a blessing or not. I might have been saying some bad stuff about you, Jenny. I thought this was a lot closer. You're gonna make me kill you. But I thought this was a lot closer to that tower than it was. Oh, that's a quick DMV. If it only took you 15 minutes to get in and out of the DMV, that's freaking amazing. Because it is way longer than that here. That's it or not? Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, now that I got some stone. This is one of the things I wanted to show you guys how to do. That is super cool for building in this game. It just took me too long to get here. Okay. Now that I have an altar down here, the cool thing is you can enter building mode and see all this pretty red stuff here. That didn't do it. We're gonna go up here to the fourth one and remove. So now I have 8 red marble blocks. And the point is you put down an altar here and you can just come in here and delete all this. And once you pick up your altar, it will respawn all this here once I'm done. And this is the quickest way to get building materials. And of course right now I'm doing this at the smallest block that I got, but once I get a couple hundred of these, I'll switch to a bigger block. And pretty much most blocks that you want in the game, you can go to that area that has that building and get the blocks you want to build with. You can construct the blocks by using, like, there's red marble chunks. And you could actually come here with your pickaxe and, like, I could do this with my pickaxe. I'll come over this way here. And I could go like this and beat on this, like, a bunch of times. As you can see, it takes a while. And I'll get the chunks. I'm not even going to stand there and do it. It takes so long to do it that way. But you will actually get red marble chunks that you can then take back and construct the blocks yourself that way. But that takes too long. See, now that I got enough of those, I can come in here with the big blocks and just remove it this way. Build, then remove. Build, then remove. And you get way more blocks this way. And even like, see, like it goes back a ways up under the mountain here. And And so I just went from having none to having 800 blocks in a matter of minutes here once I put it down. And so you can do this several times. This is a hollowed halls red block, so and like on the map, like this one here is a hollowed halls, and if I scroll down here, there's another hollowed house here. So if I don't get enough blocks at this one, I can come down to this one and repeat the process. There's hollowed halls all over the map. There's another one over here on the right-hand side. So I can do this several times over in a day and have a bunch of blocks to build any red marble thing that I want. And once I take that and that altar here, I can come back and the environment will repair itself. So it's not like it's a one and done. Forget how long it takes for it to respawn. It's either a server reset or not being in the area for so many hours. Hello, DJ Paso. Welcome in. And it's a lot faster to do it this way than it is to like build all the blocks and have all the pieces. And of course I can go right up to where the yellow line is when I'm doing this. I'm not sure I've seen anybody else show how to do this. Hello, Honcho. Welcome in. This is Lanora Destroys Everything. It's like you can even come down here and it's like it goes down deeper than you think. I can't be standing in the block to do this. Not bad. What did who say? Lanora destroys everything? Is that what you're talking about, Grump? I know you like mass destruction. Why is it putting it right there? Yep, the holes go deeper than you think. I did say that. Okay, that was my problem. Some reason I got switched to a different building block. But yeah, it does go quite a ways into the mountain here with these blocks that I need. Seen somebody say you could put one of these down inside here and do it inside, but I'm kind of like, why do I want to go inside and do it inside when I can do it out here and not have to worry about any mobs attacking me? The other thing is that inside I have to make sure I have the key for each door to get in. Because each one of these have a different key that you have to have. And I have the keys, it's just that's something else I gotta carry on me. Is the keys for all the different ones. Oh, I'm finally hitting grass there. Okay, Kayla, thank you for lurking. I appreciate it. I don't want to even think about how long it would take to actually do this without harvesting just the rock material required to make this many blocks. That made a pretty big dent in the front of that building, though. But see, I can just deactivate this altar here. And in 29 seconds, that will disappear. And it will respawn that entire area on the next thing. Next time the server resets. Let's see here. Is that it? No, that's Hidden Tomb. Hello, Queen Mercury. Welcome in. It's not that one. Let's go see if it's this one here. Doing pretty good today. Thought I'd come in here and show a couple things. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the one I wanted. Hello, JD. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill a couple wolves here. Go ahead and create another altar here. And see, I got that, but I also got these blocks too when doing what I was doing. But these red ones are the main ones that I wanted. But we're going to set down another altar in here if I can. It's not letting me set it down right here. Oh, there. says I can here, but it's not letting me. Let's try over this way some more. Okay, well, let me set it there. Now, just to show you that it's not just that area, like I can come into this area here and I can do the same thing and see, like, this one, I got roughly cut stone blocks, so that's a different type of block that I had. And I think it's upstairs here. Stairs are on the other side. See, like this up here is a different building material. And of course, that's going to be outside of my thing. But if I moved it on the other side of this building here, I could get this one here too, which would be a different block. The other thing you can use these to do is when you're setting them next to the building is like this door here. I can dismantle it. And sometimes you'll get like, there's nails sitting there, but I can dismantle that and I got stone for dismantling it. And so you can get different, like, got logs and cloth there for dismantling that. You can even dismantle the windows. Got wood logs for that. Can dismantle the skeleton guy and get some bones. So there's all sorts of supplies you can get just by setting these altars down next to things and dismantling stuff. Let's see what's down this way, if there's anything. No. I don't like where this one's at. We're going to deactivate this one. See about going this way more. Create another one and set it down on this side of the house. See, now it's on this side of the house. I can go upstairs. And now I'm getting the half-timbered blocked walls by doing it here. The other cool thing is not only can you do the walls, but you can come in here and I'm going to switch to the roof shapes just because it'll be easier. Maybe. Okay, maybe it won't be easier with the roof shape. We'll just go back to our block shape. And now I got roof tile blocks, which is roofing for some of the buildings that we use. Ooh, we got a duel going on. So if you're new starting out to this game, and you don't have buildings, and you want buildings, just going around and doing this is a good way to get a bunch of building blocks quick. and fast and falling through the floor. But don't really need these ones, so I'm gonna stop and head back to the base. Go ahead and grab these flowers while I'm here. And come back out this way and dismantle this altar because I don't want to leave it sitting here because we'll have to deactivate it later so we can put it someplace else. But now we can go back up to base and continue working on the floor that I needed the red marble to start with. Hey dude, you hanging out here? Getting a tan? Now, one of the things I want to point out is in the lower right-hand corner of the screen is a menu. I'd be amazed how many people don't even actually look at that menu and they're trying to figure things out. And like, if you hit X, it turns on the snapping so that like it automatically puts it next to, so I can turn the X off and hit the Q and scroll the mouse and it can put it out here. But with the snapping on, I couldn't have done that. And I can raise it up and down and stuff by using the Q and the scroll wheel. But you turn the snapping back on and it puts it right next to it. And the snapping's great for building with. Though sometimes, like right now, if I move too far, it's outside the box. Too far, it's not completely up to the wall. So for this one, I'm going to have to turn the snapping off and move it until it fits in the place that I want it. Need to figure out where I want the stairs in here. These are the bone blocks that I'm using for building the walls in this guy's house. It look kind of cool. Hello, Peppy. How are you doing today, Peppy? I'm thinking I want them back this wall here. These are just temporary stairs to use for building purposes. See, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one right here is the center. That's not right. It's... I'll give us stairs up to the second floor and I can take the other ones down on the outside. I still got plenty of red stone left for other things. DJ, why are you beating on your woman? You're supposed to let her win. Not really. She probably wouldn't like it if you let her win. He's prancing around with bunny ears. Oh, on his character. Let's see here. There we go. Is that better? Is that more JD style? Is the pink hair like everybody else? I don't know what this one looks like. Nah. There we go. That's better for JD. Maybe. I don't know. At least he's got a big sword. Okay, that was not in the right spot. Okay. Yeah, I can change those. It's just sometimes it's hard to do depending on the game you're playing. And as you can tell, this isn't like a high intense game. Or at least this part of this game is not. This is why I do this mostly off camera. But sometimes it's good to show how things get accomplished too, so other people can figure out how to do it. One of the other things to show with this is like you hit the Alt key, and if you look at this menu here, all the different shapes, some of them have little blue squares in the top right hand corner of the shape box. That means you need building blocks to use those shapes. And there are some that show roof shapes, which is the yellow icon in the top right hand corner of the box, and that's for like different roof pieces. And then there's the green two bumps. That means it's a terrain piece. So that means you need like rock or dirt or sand to be able to use that piece. And so like if I was to go down here to the bottom where it's all terrain, I have stone. So I only have stone on me that I could use, but there's also like dirt, and there's dirt for different areas, so different looks. But like at the top up here, there's each piece, like the first one there, that's a block piece, but the second one here, it goes to roof pieces if you look at the right hand side of the screen, and the third one goes back to terrain material, so it needs rock or other terrain material that you could get. The fourth one goes back to blocks, and that one goes back to terrain. So depending on the icon in the corner, and then like these are all block materials, and this is all block materials, but there's 2mm and 4mm. And then this is all roofs, but that's the 2, and then we got 4 on the roofs. So those are some of the different things, and of course then you can like rotate your pieces around just by using R. There are occasions where hitting F and going into first person so your head's not in the way, even though I will honestly say that I'm not good in first person. I need to see what I'm doing. I need to see me. And Y is awesome to have because Y undoes the last movement you did. So like if I put that there, I can just click Y and it takes it back away. So we're gonna go back to here and finish off with some of the stuff we were doing. Let's see here. This is upstairs, but I need to turn the snapping back on so it snaps back in place on me, which is X, and switch back to the other block. Hello, Sea Death. Where you been? Also, like in this area here against this rock wall, I've been doing a double row to get it to where these green things, because if you look at, it's still coming through the wall on a single layer. So I do a double layer to get it to stop coming through the wall. I seen Stubborn Woman streaming, but I didn't see you streaming. And why am I streaming so early? Just to throw your schedule off. No, this is something that I was thinking about, talking about the different ways to build different things and stuff, because last night I had somebody that was asking me questions. So I thought I would do another building stream and talk about some of the different things that you can do with these building stuff. Oh, fell down on my stairs. Ah, no one was on but her. See, like, let's see here. We'll go to 2mm, I think. No, 2mm's too big. How about this one? I didn't like what that did, so I'm going to undo that. And it's like a big picture window. I don't know if Neil will leave it that way because honestly, this is one of the things that he wanted built. He may come in here and totally change what I do around. Let's see. Now it depends on what he's putting inside and how he decides to put things in here. Let's see, go back to this, go to 7, and we want to hit control and go back to the red marble blocks. Use the snapping. And it did not put it up against like I wanted it to. Got to keep you on your toes. Do things different every so often. It's kind of like the other night I did a short at midnight. Why did I do a short at midnight? Because I thought it was noon. I looked at the time wrong. But it didn't do bad at getting scheduling it at midnight, so. My thought process was I was scheduling that to do a lunchtime, because there's always seems to be somebody that says, oh, it's lunchtime, I'm watching on my phone and on break or something. So I thought, oh, I'll do a lunchtime short. Okay. Go back over here and remove this one because that's not even the right height. You can tell I'm from the south. I like my wraparound porches. Oh, that was the wrong thing to take down. See, I messed up here. So we're going to switch to 6. And by using that piece, I can use this piece to take off the extra lip that I put up there. And I guess it's just on the upper floor that I did that, so that works. Okay, what am I taking off? Because that's not what I wanted to take off. Okay. Those stairs are gone. So we don't need them anymore. Because we got those stairs. Let me walk around up here. Hello, Thin Blue Line. Welcome in. Go back to 7. Hello, Ashes. How are you doing? I'm doing some building today. Let's see here. Turn the snapping on. It'd be easier to build if I could see what I was doing in the daytime, but go that way one. Okay, that lined up pretty good. I was showing a neat little trick earlier on how to get building blocks for your base. I'm thinking that that needs to go out one more. Oops. Redo that. Remove that. Remove that. I can't see because of the smoke coming off me. There we go, that's better. That's more in line with that bottom edge. Yeah, earlier I was showing how you can go down to different buildings and put an altar down. And using your build hammer where your altar's at, gather building material at different already built locations. Okay, come up here to block number 1. Okay, that's going to be tricky because... There we go. Filled that in. Now this one here, we're going to come down to 2mm product and the short pillar. And then we're going to go to control, go down to our bone block. And fill in that hole that I didn't get lined up right. Check my other corners here. What else did I have in here? Nothing that... Yes, what happens is like... I'll go next to a building that like has blocks that I like. Let's see here. That's 10 mine. Let's see, iron mine. We'll go down this way. Hello, Dread Raider. Welcome in. Let's see what I can see from here. Ah, there's the building right there. See, like these ones here that are the spires and stuff, you can't do those. But like this one here, and just craft one of those real quick. Oh, there's a kitty cat there. Okay, turn the snapping off so it quits messing with me. But yeah, and you can go into your construction mode. Like if I go to a place and I have no blocks, I will start with the 1mm at the top and the very first block, and I will just come up here and I will right click with the mouse and it will give me one, even if I have no blocks on me. And I will do this a couple times like this until I get several blocks. And then once I get more blocks, I will come over to like the 4 block and do this. I mean, you can do the same thing there. But then once I get a bunch of blocks, I'll come down here to the 4mm and I'll grab the largest block there and I'll click build. And so now I have a block there with the skeletons. But when I take it away, I get the skeleton blocks back plus 55 of the mixed sandstone, which is the building blocks for here. So I'll just go to a building and just go like this until it's pretty much raised to the ground. And I mean, now I'm gonna have a kitty cat to play with here. But you can start at the top and see how that still goes down even below the ground. You can like actually sink the block down under the ground like that until you get all of it out of the area that you want. And this is a great way to collect whatever blocks you want. Like if mixed sandstone isn't what you want, you can go to a different area. And yes, as soon as you deactivate the altar and it's like a set period of time of not being in the area, or if the server restarts, it will rebuild this area like you were never here. Even though it looks like this is a pretty dilapidated area to start with. But like, of course you can only go to the edge of your line here. So like right here, I can only get part of this one. But it goes down quite a ways underground here. But once I got all the stuff on this side, I could deactivate this altar, go over to the other side over here, and place another altar over this way and continue doing it until I got enough sandstone blocks, which is what this one is, to be able to build what I want to build. What I was doing earlier, I was getting half-timbered blocks, which I'm sure you have seen those around it, because there's some near that farm you were getting. And then there are the roof pieces that went with it, but I went to the hollowed halls, and I was getting the hollowed halls blocks, and the red marble is what I really wanted for the flooring in the building I'm doing. And I've got roughly cut stone today, and I got some rough stone block today. Just going around to different places and doing this. Deactivate the altar. But I know like the ones that look like this stuff here, you cannot destroy these. These are permanent features in the game they don't want you messing with, so they've made it to where you cannot do that with these. But that's okay. You know, it makes sense that they do that. And so there's some people that I've seen that have said that getting construction materials this way is cheating or unethical way of doing it. They would rather sit there and harvest the material and build them. But I'm sort of like, the game mechanics make it a thing. So I don't think it's cheating, in my opinion. Because if it was cheating, you could do it to all buildings, and you can't. So they know that this is a thing. But yeah, you could go to any one of these spires, look for a building. Here's the hollowed halls. I still got the waypoint that I did earlier. But that one's a bit of a pain to get to. So I'm not going to go show you that hollowed halls is probably trash right at the moment. I'm sort of like, it takes long enough to play the game than to sit around and sit there and harvest. Because I think to actually harvest a piece of the red marble, it takes like 5 or 6 strikes with the pickaxe to get it. And then you only get one piece. But if you come over to the table, the crafting table, to build it, it takes 10. So you have to hit a piece of red marble like probably 50 or so times just to get 100 pieces of red marble blocks. And that doesn't get you very far when you're building anything. And it's like, a lot of these you do have to construct, because there isn't many of them out in the game. But if I can go someplace and deconstruct a building that's already built using those blocks, because there is a ton of different blocks, you can bet your butt I'm going to save my time and do something else. Because those are the half timbered blocks that I harvested and we used to make that one. Okay. I was just asking him if he wanted the second top floor of this 2 stories also. So there's some pretty tall statues that we have to put in this building. So one of them is the that's not right. Don't have snapping on. It's something that, you know, it takes some time. I will say that I suck at it sometimes too. Like right here, it's going to sit here and go like this back and forth, back and forth. And so it's like, if it starts doing that, just turn the snapping off. And you can get it to line up. So that's kind of what I do is like, if it's not doing what I want it to do, I do something different that's actually working. That's not right. And always remember, if it's not right, just hit Y, undo it, and try again. If you have a particularly frustrating part that's being a royal pain in your bum, sometimes walking away and doing some other stuff and coming back helps. And that goes for life too. I mean, honestly. If you're having a rough time doing something in life, sometimes walking away and coming back with a fresh perspective, and after you've learned how to do some other stuff, it helps. Hey, Mr. Balrog. The pro's here to tell me what I'm doing wrong now. He's the guy I go to ask questions when I'm stuck on stuff. Uh-oh. What was that? Oh, I was talking about the fact of using the altars and going around and putting an altar down next to a building and deconstructing things. Ashes is a new player. And so I was trying to help him out last night and on his stream. And right now I'm just working on building this up. Yep, that's what I was showing and talking about. I did figure out how to do the water plants, and I'm doing good on getting some algae and some rice going. You know, the other day I was like total loss at how to do that, but I, there was something about having to drain the water, but I'm not draining water. I don't know if that was something Nil looked up that said that or what, but my bazillion coconuts over here that I've been growing. This is where I started destructing that up there because I don't like it there.
Hello.
Let's see, did I have algae seeds in here? No. I needed fertilized farm soil before I could do any of that. And I threw some algae in here. And I needed shroud sand for that. Hey, Retro D, Lady G, and Angry Man Gaming. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, that doesn't go in there. Actually, these ones I want to put back on the other one. You can tell how much of that red marble I've been harvesting by how many of these hollowed hollow blocks that I have in here. Drop this stuff off. That's just farm soil that I chucked in there. Oh, there's some hazelnuts. Earlier I showed what a hazelnut tree looked like. Ashes, because I know you were looking for hazelnuts the other night too. Okay, got that up, put up. Those sets of armor goes on these mannequins, but I don't want to put them on there. Stick these all over here, because this is where they're going to go eventually. And there's more building material over there in case I need it. Yeah. see here. That's a tin mine. There's the iron mine. Hello, Cyber Playzone. Welcome in. Let's see, this is a iron mine that we have marked, and I think it's down over here. Yeah, it is. And I came to the iron mine because down in here, not that far down, maybe it is that far down. Oh, shoot. Is the shroud sand that I want. Then I can make some more nitrate, get some more fertilized farm soil to be able to make some more algae seeds. See, there's enough going on in this game of harvesting stuff to make stuff without having to do building blocks too. Jenny's going on vacation. She needs to take me with her. Hey, Zays Days, welcome in. Yeah. Okay. That took me all the way out the other side. Go back through and go back the other side. Because I know there's some that I missed falling down. Yep, that's gonna blow up. No, I think shroud sand is considered a material or something like that, since it is used in crafting so much. Because it's used in making, it's used in cooking. It's used in crafting the, that stuff that I'm trying to make. That has drawn a blank on what it's actually called at this moment. Well, hello, Papa Wolf, and thank you for the raid. And welcome all your raiders. Well, it looks like that's all the shroud sand I could get right now. Out of this area, at least. Hopefully you had a great stream, Papa Wolf. Let's see, like this area here, with the altars, setting them down close to the houses to deconstruct. You do not want your altars close to your mine. Like if you're going there to mine materials, you want that to be able to reset with the server. So like if you're harvesting clay, iron, whatnot, and you set it too close to the spawn area of that, it will not reset. It's okay. I know you don't usually do that, so it happens. Now, if you did it all the time, we might have a talk. But just one time, it's okay. But yeah, you don't want to set your altars down next to where you're harvesting material because you want the material to respawn. But if you're harvesting like the building stuff, it's okay to set it next to it so you can harvest the building stuff with the construction mode. So there's a couple different ways to use those altars to your advantages. Okay, now we can go back up over here. And get some more of that going now that I have some shroud sand. Nitrate. That was the word I was looking for that I couldn't figure it out. But I do think I wanted to take a little bit of this off the top here. Because I wanted to see about making some of this too that takes the shroud sand. That's the wrong box. Doing fairly good on getting some coconut. Hello, Serious Sam. Welcome in. I got a nitrate there. I'm going to steal that one. How many nitrates was it that I needed for the fertilized farm soil, though?
Welcome.
I need 3 to make that. Yeah, I have it set to make people wait a minute to come in to sub. Partly because I've seen so many people be trolly lately. If they're a serious sub, they can wait a minute. If they're not, they can go away. I don't think I've fed anybody over here lately. Nope. Everybody's hungry. Starving my poor animals to death. They don't actually die. They just don't give you anything. But now that they got food, they mysteriously all have Are these the same one? No, they got eggs already. Probably have to think about making some more food for these critters at some point in time. And now I have some spice. And I can make stir-fried vegetables at the farmer. That's a new recipe. See what that does. I can make some of this now too. At least get me started on making some algae. Stir-fried vegetables. This right here is what I really want to make, is some algae salad. Ooh, blue glow soup. Oh, there's the stir-fried vegetables. This is 8 mana, 15 magic damage, and 4 minutes in the shroud plus. This one's 15 range damage, 15 dagger damage. But I want to make this, which is 120 mana and 21% magic damage. Probably need to see about making some more mushrooms because I only have one. Who that is. Get some more mushrooms going. Oh, I did want to start that algae. Stop, change the recipe. Oh, it wasn't that I needed it for. It was veil water base and dirt. I have a thing about organization. This is just all the plants and the farm stuff and the food stuff. Over here we have our actual warehouse that has all our like building supplies, that all the stones. It starts with all the woods, the stones, and then we got our metals, and then some other miscellaneous fibers and stuff, and the different cloths and stuff that you use. These here are quick drop boxes for on nights when we're out streaming and hunting stuff that we just throw everything in. And then over here are the different weapons that we're hanging on to for assorted things that Nilnyar wants plans to do down the road. These are all our trophy heads. We haven't even built any of them yet into actually things. This right here is our Cyclops parts that makes a big old Cyclops when you assemble the parts down the road. We got a couple pieces missing still. These are all this is this box of arrows and bombs, and then there's my scrolls, spells, potions. Then we got our food, and like this box here is all the cold weather food, so like it has frost resistance on it, except for this here. I don't know why he threw that in there. Of course, I threw that in there too. But yeah, that's mainly frost resist food, and then there's other foods in the bottom box. So yes, I'm big on organization. If it's organized, you can find it, is what my thought process has always been. If you can't find it, it's not any good to you. The Cyclops looks better without the parts added. There's none there. Let's see. Fertilized farm soil and a mushroom. Okay, well, I've put some in here, so... Fill that with water. I had one mushroom over here that we're going to go ahead and pull out and put with this and make some more seeds. Basically multiplying the mushroom that I have. No, I didn't change any of those. Change this one. That would be so cool if they did, like, even if they had, like, a, so to speak, like a backpack where you give them, like, the mushrooms that I'm working on now, I give them, like, 20 mushrooms, and they would actually go out, plant the 20 mushrooms, and then or give them the seeds. So give them 20 mushroom seeds. They go out and plant the 20 seeds, harvest it, and then you could walk up to them, even not actually have like a drop box, but you could walk up to them and pick up what they've grown for you. That would be so cool. And I wouldn't have to stand around the farm and do this all day. Need to go get some Veil Water Basin dirt. But I don't want to do it at nighttime. So we'll hang on a few minutes and get a couple more of these. The rooster just crowed, so... But like for each mushroom that I'm combining here, I get 5 mushroom seedlings, which then would make more mushrooms. Oh, your Cyclops at your base? Is that what you're talking about? Not stop. Let's go get some dirt for... Oh, and you're talking about coffee? We were talking about coffee earlier. I don't think... There's not any right around our base. We would have to go to the area that's still covered in shroud. Oh, there's some aquamarine right there. Looks like a good place to stop, harvest some stuff. That's the limestone, not the dirt that I need. You put the Cyclops base in the ground so at night you have a ghostly cyclops. Sounds cool. This dirt. There's dirt. I walked around earlier before I started streaming to see if I could find any. And even if I did find the coffee, the grinder and stuff, the roaster and grinder, I think is in the red mist. Get a bunch of these plants right here. So it's in the mist area, but it's above the mist. Is that what you're trying to say? They're not issues. They're friendly. Okay. Go back to base here now that I broke my axe. And I'm gonna put us on a pause screen here and step away for a moment. Okay, we're back here. I think I got everything set back the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I do not... There it goes. Okay, and now I got the Veil water basin dirt. I can come down over here. And Put that dirt in here and switch this recipe over to algae seeds and start getting some algae seeds made. I got goat food on me still. Need to go in this bucket. I get a trophy for something, Sea Death? Alrighty now. Let's go ahead and plant these seeds. Did you survive the death march? Yeah, it's probably the pond that's right there. That's one of the things that's like we've noticed on several things with this game, that things that once were are no longer what they used to be. Let's see. What are you doing hanging out behind here? I can now make the algae salad with... Only got 19 mushrooms, so I'm going to wait till I get some more. Well, welcome in, No Totem, and thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. I watched one of your streams earlier today. What do I got in here? That's the spice and milk. Go ahead and set the spice in here too. It does, but sometimes it's like, oh, I was used to this here, but now it's not there anymore. And shell limestone. What else have we got in here? This farm soil needs to go back over to the garden. Iron. Limestone goes there. That's one of the other things I said, that it would be cool that once you got these boxes set up like this, if you had it separated, it'd be nice to be able to just come in here and do drop-in boxes. We did end up getting some of that underwater luminous growth. Not much, but we got some. Yeah, one of these days I might get to be a awesome base like yours. Till then, I suffer with planning a little bit here and there and having boxes of it, and yeah, an instant deposit, you know. It just they have an auto withdrawal when you need to use it, but you know, let's do an instant deposit too. Let's see, the wool goes back over here.
Hey!
You know, I like my pathways that I have made that are unconventional, but they work in a very strange way. See, I got eggs down there that I need to put up still. I think eggs are in here, yeah. Yeah, that's where the crate for the eggs is gonna go once I actually get that far, but till then. Well, it's always fun to sell somebody else's property. No, it is impressive base compared to what I've accomplished. Yes, you got more time in it. Well, that may be true, but it's still an impressive build. See, I only have 20 fertilized farm soil. But that's because I haven't went and picked up. I'll go ahead and take all that. There will be more there. Where's my buddy and friend?
Hello!
Let's see, we can go ahead and make some of this too. My first batch of algae salad. Float the farm cell and make 200 in a minute. What do you mean? So if it like... Let's see here. I put it up. Get that bag. that up. I mean, float it like that. Set the farm soil as a road. Then pickaxe it. And now I gotta go repair my pickaxe. See, I told you, this is the guy I go to for tips and tricks. See, that's just turn off durability. In the settings, not on that one. Hey, Anderson. Nope, not there. Oh, I think that's something on the server setting, not on the game setting. Which I don't have control of the server settings. Somebody else in my house does. And I think you were talking about doing that. See, I got 300. So I think you were like saying to do that with like the farm soil. So it takes one to do this. I still getting farm soil back that way. Okay, I think I know what I did that time. That I need to switch it down to the control, switch it to the fertilized farm soil. And I used $3.99, so I went from 300 to 306 there by doing that. And yeah, I see what you're saying, and it doesn't use as much of the fertilizer that way because I've already done that. So I see what you're saying, and it makes sense, but I'm not going to sit here and do a bunch of that on camera. So it will save the nitrate by doing that. So basically I'm taking my dirt and multiplying it. But yeah, that is cool. And that is, yeah, I get that. And so I'm going to go put this nitrate back up over here because Nilnyar was using the nitrate to make his arrows. So yeah, I get what you're throwing down. I like it. And I will probably do a bunch more of that off camera. And in fact, what I'm going to do to remind myself about this is I'm going to set down a bunch of it here. So that whenever I come in, I can just start whacking on a bunch of dirt. And I don't forget it later. You made a Christmas village and snowed every place when the desert. That totally sounds like something you would do. Actually, I'm going to take this one out and put this one in. I got a bunch of dirt. How's it dirt down here? So you got a bunch of kind of waste flower seedlings that the devs are actually kind of cool in this game. They know about so many things that we do that are off the wall. And they're just like, okay, that's kind of crazy, but it works, and we're not going to remove it. It's kind of like the whole go gather your building supplies out in the wild. And recycling is basically the way I see it. And if the devs set it up to where I get more than I put back into it, you know what? That just means the devs are cool, man. I've done that, but I didn't know you got 2 back when I did that. You just know all the crazy hacks in the game, don't you? Oh, I got something to plant. I'll try it here in a second. I about got all this dirt that I... So I got 30 seeds there, so we're gonna plant Go over here, plant one. And now I got 31. It's up to 33 now, so it is working. You've been breaking games since Pong, huh? For some reason, that doesn't surprise me with you. I think you intentionally look for ways to break games just because you can. Oops, I missed a piece. So instead of waiting on these mushrooms, I can come over here with these 5 that I got and just go. So basically, I'm sitting here just dropping with my mouse, one hand on my mouse and E on the other hand, and just sitting here spamming. Well, wait a second. You can't tell us that we won't talk about something, because now you got me curious. I need to know. Hey, Hole Skater, welcome in. Grump made you do it? Nah. I know he can be a persuasive fella, but... So I just turned 5 mushrooms into 100. Now I just gotta plant them all. Well, see, daring you and making you is different things. Just because he dared you to do it didn't mean you had to do it. And see, this would be really super awesome if I could now get the farmer and his assistant to come out here and harvest all this mess that I'm making. Because they'd already be harvesting, and then I could just go back to the beginning. Because I know there's some down there that are ready already. I wouldn't even mind if they put hours to where they only work from like sunrise to sunset or something like that. And so like if you planted something at midnight, they wasn't going to touch it until 6 a.m. A Hogwarts speeder? How did you get a Star Wars speeder bike in Hogwarts? Okay, yeah. I'm just like, well, when you run around with people like Grump, it's kind of to be expected. I just remembered I was going to do some algae seeds here. And did I have more rice seeds? Yes, I got more rice seeds. I'll take some rice and some algae. I missed a piece of dirt there. Right there. Sorry. That dirt needs to go. Okay. You're gonna be that way. Need to fix this right here. Put a big step there instead of regular stairs. For some reason. But I did come up here and fix this to where I have more dirt up here. You know, it does not surprise me on some of the stuff you do. Go ahead and plant a row of this to actually harvest some. Me actually planting rice looks nothing like what the image shows that I used for this. But it did look like a cool image of planting rice. I'm just amazed at how fast the algae grows. Though I did have a swimming pool and algae does grow pretty fast when you're not paying attention. Yeah, I know, this algae just grows super fast. You have rice on your farm, that's interesting. I just have a small garden, even though some people would say it's not a small garden because it is bigger than most. Well, with these tricks that you've showed me today and I've showed everybody else via this stream, I don't think I'm gonna have to be worrying about going out and harvesting much of anything for a while. I'll just be harvesting it all here. Oh, the rice is ready back here. Oh, I missed a couple back there. I will say that planting under the water is kind of interesting with the refraction of the water and actually being able to see what you're doing. Oh, that's right. I remember where you're at now. I'm sitting here thinking, and I was like, yeah. Yeah, you do need starting area mats depending on what you're doing and stuff. I think that's about 3 o'clock here. I need to think about getting off the game here and doing some stuff around the house and see. Yeah, southeast Arkansas, that's close to where we are. We're in northeast. So you're like right across the line. But yeah, I need to start thinking about what I'm going to do for dinner and getting a couple things done around the house. I've shown some different things on the water farming here and farming in general in the game. I've showed different things on building and how to get materials on that. And a big thanks to Mr. Balrog on showing me some more tips on farming that I didn't even know about. So we all learn together and share our tips and stuff as we go, which is awesome. And it's kind of like how we do our community, growing our community by sharing and talking to each other and helping each other out. But with that, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Okay, I will do that, Mr. Balrog. Usually a good day to do it for me would be like today on Tuesday, because that's when I do solo streams without Nilnyar, and it's usually right around this time in the afternoon. So we could work on that and maybe set it up for next week if you wanted to. But we'll talk offline about that, and I will talk to everybody else later, and thank you everybody for coming out and chatting with us, and I will see y'all in the next one.
Thank you all for hanging with Lanora, being part of this growing community. We got dreams and goals inside, laughs and moments we all share. Catch you next time, we'll be there. Talking fast, the legends show. In this room we feel alive, surrounded with love, you know. Games and stories told, voices blending.